compete with a guy that's a good friend that I've competed with in numbers of ways throughout this building, outside of this building. Yeah, just excited to go and have that matchup. And at the end of the day, it's not Dak versus Micah. It wasn't Dak versus Zeke. Like, those are never the headlines and never can be. So this is Dallas Cowboys versus the Green Bay Packers, and we've got to go and get a win.
Which doesn't sound much better than Dak versus Micah, the Cowboys and the Packers. What do you think of what he said?
I just think that they're in for a long night.
Yeah.
Because Micah Parsons is going to come, and he's got a chip on his shoulder. Remember, Jerry Jones was very public about his thoughts about how they were going to be just fine after this trade. Micah Parsons has been a Defensive Player of the Year candidate. Meanwhile, the Cowboys can't do anything on their defense. It's the culmination of a lot of things, and I fear it's going to be a really long night for Jerry.
Yeah, it could be. Just like the last time the Packers were in town and bounced them out of the playoffs in very embarrassing fashion. All right, time now to see what's on trend around the NFL. Starting in Detroit, we have seen a night and day difference in how Jared Goff has started his season from a year ago. Yep, under new offensive coordinator, the aforementioned Johnny Mo, Goff is far more accurate with his throws, twice as many touchdowns, has as many picks. His QBR is also doubled. I mean, J-Mac, does this continue for Goff? Because they're going to face the Browns, and that defense is looking good.
Jared Goff is a monster, an elite quarterback in this league, but I think it's going to be a little bit different this week. This Cleveland Browns defense has been able to shut down everyone that has been put in front of them. They are an attacking defense. They get after you, and they tackle the run on their way to the quarterback. Jared Goff, I think, is going to be a long day, but I still think the Lions come up victorious.
All right, also on trend, another guy we've been talking about on this show, Daniel Jones, leading the NFL in total QBR through week 3. In his last 20 seasons, or in the last 20 seasons, the only other Colts quarterback to do what Danny is doing was Hall of Famer Peyton Manning back in 2006. He has 3 passing touchdowns, 3 rushing touchdowns, 0 turnovers. First player to do that since turnovers were first tracked over 90 years ago, which is crazy. J-Mac, does that continue he's going to play the Rams. So does that continue this week?
It's going to be different. The Rams, and the way Jared Verse gets after you and those guys up front, he's going to have to hold the ball. He's not going to be able to hold the ball as long, but I want to talk about what he's been able to do and why he's been so successful. The boot play, him being under center, faking that handoff, getting out on the edge is where he's been able to be extremely accurate. And if no one's open, he's been able to run with the ball. See him against the Titans right there, finds an over route coming, and he's right on the money. The one thing that everyone said he couldn't do when he was a New York Giant was throw the ball deep. He's going to see the safety rotation here. And if you don't think he can throw the ball deep, this one is 55 yards in the air. Not only that, he's throwing it from the opposite hash. This is the longest throw. As a defender, we would challenge quarterbacks to make that style of throw. The next thing is having the answers to all of the questions that the defense poses. Right here, Shane Steichen gives him this concept where he has 2 guys going deep in an over route, but he has to read these 2 defenders on the right side. As soon as he sees both of those guys commit to the underneath route, he's able to put this ball accurately over top of the defender for a nice first down completion. To me, watching Daniel Jones this year, he looks like a completely different quarterback, being able to spread the ball around, but also the confidence that he's been able to play with.
You know what's insane? They've only punted 1 time this entire
The Indianapolis Colts.
Yeah, that hasn't happened since like the 1940s.
We all know McAfee because he was punting the whole time.
Exactly. That is so true.
Titan right there.
Yeah. All right, Peter.
I just look at this matchup this weekend, though. I don't think it's going to be easy. You know, the Rams for 52 minutes had the Eagles silenced. They stopped Saquon. They dominated the line of scrimmage. They did everything right, and then things came undone at the end. I look at this as the Rams had been on the road in Tennessee, on the road in Philly, playing at 10 a.m. local time, their time, and now their home game. Everyone's crowning Daniel Jones. This feels like this could be a back-to-reality game. That said, if Jonathan Taylor gets going early, this thing might be real. And if you're a Giants fan and you're watching on your phone and Daniel Jones does this again a year after Saquon did what he did, you better hope Jackson Dart's having a decent day on Sunday, too.
And I like what you're saying there because it's almost a measuring stick game for the Indianapolis Colts.
And Denver was a great defense. And
no doubt. No doubt about it. So it's to the point where they've shown us so much that every week we're all anticipating how they're going to show up with the better the teams are that they're going to face. So that's a credit to them and what Daniel Jones and this entire team has been able to do early on in the season.
Yeah, but if the Rams are able to stop the run, could be a different story. All right, week 4 kicks off Thursday night football. A couple of 2-1 teams in the NFC West. The Hawks, the Cardinals. Hawks have won 7 in a row against Arizona, looking to start 3-1 in back-to-back seasons under Mike McDonald. Adam Schefter's back with us as we look ahead to this one. We know James Conner's done for the season. What's the plan at running back for the Cards?
Well, this will be the first night that Trey Benson steps into the role as Arizona Cardinals bell cow back. They're going to be leaning on and counting on Trey Benson, the former second-round draft pick, to step in and replace the respected, productive team leader that James Conner was. It's a big loss for Arizona, but I think they have some big hopes for Trey Benson. Meanwhile, on the other side of the football, the Seattle Seahawks listed Zach Charbonnet as questionable for this game due to a calf injury. However, he practiced in full Tuesday, he practiced in full Wednesday, and he is expected to be out there tonight, giving the Seahawks a two-headed run game monster with Kenneth Walker. They've leaned more on Charbonnet. Now with him being healthy, back in the lineup, there should be plenty of work for him tonight against the Cardinals. And the Seahawks also will have 2 members of their secondary back, Devon Witherspoon, Julian Love, both out there tonight for the Seahawks. They've missed time, and those are 2 really good players, and that'll help against Kyler Murray and the Arizona Cardinals. So the Seahawks get back a couple of defensive backs, they get back their running back. That should be a big help in a short week that they've been looking forward to, traveling to Arizona to play the Cardinals in the start of week 4 tonight, Hannah.
Yeah, and they already have 5 picks this season, second most in the NFL. Thank you, Shefty. Great being with you, as it is time now to pick this one and cue the gong, because we are all, yes, we are all, we are all,
we all pick this.
We're all on Seattle.
I don't like when we do this.
But you know what's crazy? I have them scoring like double the amount of points that you do. Why is that? You only have
Al Michaels in a defensive battle talking with
He'll be fired up, baby.
I got 1 touchdown from the Seahawks, and it's our guy Elijah Arroyo in the red zone. That's my call of the day.
Breakout game for Elijah Arroyo.
Game.
I love it.
If that happens, we're going to have to crown you an absolute genius. What did he have? 1 target, and he didn't even catch the ball last week.
Absolutely. He'll be all over.
And 1 target, no catches. This week, touchdown.
He'll be all over social media tonight. You hit last week, though, right?
Of course.
Dalton Kincaid.
Right out of the gates. Of course, guys, I don't lie.
Oh.
Elijah Arroyo, touchdown tonight.
All right, yeah.
That's why you watch.
From your mouth to his ears. I'm sure he's watching these 2 minutes.
He's probably like, what are they talking? The first topic is, when you look around the NFC, who should the Eagles be most concerned about? Peter, go.
I go first. The answer is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who, by the way, are also undefeated right now, who also never waver, and who also have 3 game-winning drives in the last minute of 3 different games. And, by the way, the last 2 times they've played the Eagles, the Buccaneers have beaten them. There's no mental edge in that matchup. Do you think Vita Vea and the big boys inside are scared of Lane Johnson and Jordan Mailata? No, because they handled them the last 2 times they played them. They threw them out of the playoffs 2 years ago, and they beat them on a Monday night last year. The rest of the NFC shakes in fear of the Eagles. The Buccaneers do not, and you'll see it this weekend.
Baker Mayfield, they call him shake and bake. He's had to because of all the injuries on the offensive line. That's why I'm going with the Detroit Lions. Did you watch them the other night? Did you watch them dominate the Baltimore Ravens? Do you want them to run the ball? David Montgomery, Jahmyr Gibbs, both of these guys all over the field. I have the Detroit Lions with their defense suffocating different people, and they're going to be the ones that challenge the Eagles the most. Sure, don't know what you're talking about. Baker Mayfield, he's awesome. Love him. They don't have enough offensive linemen.
There you go. And also the Bucs schedule so far? I don't know. I don't know about you,
Hey, guys.
All right. Next topic. J-Mac, give us your biggest surprise in the NFL through 3 weeks. Go.
Have you heard of the Vanilla Vic, what they used to call him? Danny Dimes, what they used to call him? Daniel Jones. He is the guy, the biggest surprise. He has been unbelievable for the Indianapolis Colts. An MVP candidate. He's gone out there since he's arrived. He's made friends with everybody. He has ran Shane Steichen's offense to a T. Can't throw the long ball? Yes, I can. Whatever they need him to do, Daniel Jones has done it. Left the New York Giants, and now he's become somebody's treasure.
Indiana Jones is a new nickname, which I kind of like. I'm going to go a different way. I'm going to go with the team you were talking about in the last moment, the Detroit Lions, the way they have responded the last 2 weeks. Now, I was critic number 1, maybe naysayer number 1 of both Jared Goff and John Morton when I said Ben Johnson leaving is a huge void. In week 1, I kind of pat myself on the back so much that my arm was hurting and my back was hurting. It was with no great joy, but I'm like, the Lions are done. Well, the last 2 weeks, Jared Goff has proceeded to kick me in the teeth. John Morton has put me in a noogie and give me one of these in a headlock. The Lions have been better than they were last year, and it's no longer Ben Johnson's offense. It's Dan Campbell's offense.
Kicked you in the teeth. I like that one.
Johnny Mo. He wants us to call him Johnny Mo. All right, so, Peter, you are starting a team. You get to hire... No. We're not going to do that one.
Okay.
We're going to do... No,
we're running out of time.
Here. I know what we're going to do. I know what we're going to do. Most underrated, under-the-radar storyline of the season, Peter. Go.
I like it. We talked about Shedeur Sanders so much on this network that my face hurt after the draft. All right, we get it. He was a rookie, and he went in the 5th round. What's not being talked about is how good the Browns rookie class is besides the quarterback position. You go one by one. Mason Graham has been dominating. Carson Schwessinger out of UCLA goes sideline to sideline. He's incredible. Harold Fannin, the tight end out of Bowling Green, plays all over the field. He's been great. And last week, Judkins, the rookie out of Ohio State, he had 94 yards and carried him. You throw in Sampson, the other running back, Andrew Berry hit home runs at all these picks. But yes, we'll go on to talk about Shedeur some more later.
I'm not going to hate on my guy, Andrew Berry. He got the job